Hello and welcome to Get the Bag. I'm Kelly, your host, and on today's show, I have Miss Qiana Taylor. Miss Qiana, can you tell us about your business?
Yeah, so again, my name is Qiana Taylor. The name of my business is 3113 Creations. I make tumblers, t-shirts, journals, just about anything. You name it, I make it. I have been in business since February of 2020, but I've been crafting since I was probably 9 or 10.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Yep,
I
that's
love it.
awesome. So tell us about 30 it's
3113.
3113 Creations.
Yes.
Tell us, what does that mean?
So if I be honest, God gave me that name. When I first started out, I was Sassy Creations,
Mhm.
and quickly changed. I was sitting in my room, and I really didn't care for Sassy Creations.
Mhm.
So as I was working, God just said 3113, and I'm like, okay. And as I'm looking through stuff, pictures and stuff like that, I saw Proverbs 3113. So
Mhm.
I started reading on it, and so that's where the name came from. Proverbs 3113, which reads, "She works willingly with her hands."
Oh man, that's
Yes.
absolutely awesome because that's
Yes.
exactly what you do. You work willing
Yes.
with your hands.
Yes.
So I've gotten an opportunity to see some of your goods, and one of the things that stands out to me is that you put Black women front and center
Yes.
on your goods. So tell me
Yes.
about that and why you choose to do that.
One, because I'm a Black woman myself, and we don't get to see ourselves when we purchase things or anything like that. Most of the time, it's just either Black History Month or Juneteenth, or we gotta search high and low to
Hmm.
get certain things custom made. So that's why I just want to represent Black people, Black
Hmm.
women especially. So I put us on the forefront the best I can.
Absolutely, because I mean,
Yes.
back in the day, right? All you saw, remember, all you saw was a little white girl
Yeah.
on the front of something, right?
Yeah.
And nothing that ever really represented or looked like you, right?
Right. Right.
And so this gives us a representation of who we are, y'all,
Yes.
in full bold color. Because I think you made this
Yes.
shirt,
I
right?
did.
This shirt is absolutely awesome. I cannot talk today. We gonna rewind all that. It says she's got it made. She's
She
got
got a
mad
mad hustle
hustle.
and a dope soul.
Yes, and this is
Yes.
absolutely true. So you went through our free business training class.
hmm
Tell me how that was for you.
it stretched me, if I can be honest. It put me out of my comfort zone.
Mhm.
I got to meet a lot of different people from doing different things, which was amazing. I got to gain a lot of different knowledge,
Mhm.
information that I didn't know, information that I kind of knew, and I was able to get more. And at the end of it, we had that pitch contest,
Mhm.
which completely pulled me out of my comfort zone. So it was exciting. I loved it.
Mhm. What was your biggest takeaway from that class?
Um, just always be prepared. Um, you never know when an opportunity is going to present itself to kind of push me and further in my business. So
Mhm.
always be prepared. Always be confident and just have fun while I'm doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was a pleasure to have you in class.
Thank you.
So if you guys don't know, I also teach a free business training class here
She's
at Edna
amazing.
Martin. This class I cannot talk, y'all. This class has your business plan in it. It has your marketing. It's going to teach you about your audience, how to sell your sales, how to calculate your sales, right?
Right.
We also talked about getting out there, how you market online, things like that, and really getting to your client.
Right.
And so that's just some of the things that we actually do in this particular class. So it was definitely a pleasure. Oh, as well as the pitch, right? Because
Yes.
being able to talk about your business is so important. What was the hardest part for you when it came to the pitch?
um, just being able to present it in front of people.
Hmm.
Like I know my business, I know what I do. I have a love and passion for my business. So if I see, someone at the store, I'm doing a vending event, it's no problem for me to tell
Hmm.
them what I do. But to stand in front of people and be judged, so to speak, based on what I do, it was kind of, and I'm not a public speaker, so I think that was the biggest part, just being pulled out of my comfort zone.
Hmm.
So
And I think that's one of those things for most people. They're like, oh my God, I'm not a public speaker.
Mhm.
When you have a business, it's almost like you automatically become
Yes.
this public speaker, right?
Yes.
Because you are your brand.
Right.
And so being able to talk about that and get up there, and what you did really well, express what it is that you were doing with your business. Um, Another thing that you talked about with your business was that you also teach people, which I found that
Yes.
was absolutely amazing.
Yes.
Tell me about your classes.
So I do cricket and sublimation classes. I do them right now. Just do them once a month. They are
Mm-hmm.
virtual and in person. They're right now they're being hosted at the library until I'm able to buy like a space where I can do other things that I'm looking to do. But yeah, have people come in. We have fun. We get the cricket. A lot of people come in. They haven't even opened their cricket, or they
Mm-hmm.
have and got frustrated for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
We have people that come in that kind of know what cricket is and want to know about sublimation. So it's just a variety of different things. And the main thing is just to have fun. And for
Mm-hmm.
those that are wanting to further their business or start a business, I help them with that as well.
Awesome. So you
Yeah.
just diving in a whole bunch of different
Yep.
spots.
Yep.
That's absolutely wonderful, because I know a lot of people who, they want to use the
Mhm.
cricket and all that stuff. Like, I'm trying not to buy one, right? But I think I'm going to end up taking your class and buying
Please
a
do.
cricket,
Please do.
so that I add another hobby on top of all my other hobbies, right?
Yes.
But it is an awesome way to connect with other women and
Mhm.
other Black women at that,
Yes.
because I've seen your events. Can you tell us where they can sign up for your classes?
Yeah, so you can find me at www.3113creations.com. Once you get to the website, there is a tab that says classes. They'll just click under that tab, and it'll pull up all the virtual and in-person classes that I have available. So, yep.
Awesome. So that's how y'all can find her, right?
Yes.
So tell us how you got started in the sense of getting your web page up. What steps did you take? What was that like for you?
It was a hassle, because I didn't know what I was doing. Nobody in my family owns a business,
Mhm.
so I was fresh. I was new. I
Mhm.
really didn't, have much direction. And I'm the type of person, if I want to do something, I'm just gonna dive right in and do
Mhm.
it. So that's exactly what I did. I did research as much as I could and kind of just learned as I went
Mhm.
along with it. Pretty much self-taught.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What's one thing that you want other entrepreneurs to know?
Um, you'll have days when it's hard. You'll have days when you want to give up. But don't. If you truly have a passion for what it is that you're doing, it'll be worth it. So just keep going. Know that whatever it is that you're doing, somebody needs it. It can be something, small. Because that was another thing when I first
Mhm.
started this class. There was so many other people in the class where I felt like, oh, well, their business is doing this for somebody or doing this. So it wasn't that I didn't feel like mine was beneficial, so to speak.
Mhm.
Um, I didn't. It was just I had my moments where it was like it wasn't as important.
Mhm.
But then I sat back and I was like, no, that's not the case. I mean, what I do is important to somebody. Is important to me. So
Absolutely.
just don't give up. Keep going and
Yes.
believe in yourself.
Yes, because we
Yeah.
get that imposter syndrome, right?
Mhm.
Like, oh, mine isn't good enough, or I'm not supposed to be doing this,
Right.
or I can't do it on the level that somebody else is doing it,
Right.
right? And then we get the comparing in our
Mhm.
minds, and it's like, oh, they've got this together, or they're here in their business,
Right.
and I'm not here.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times we let that hold us back, right?
Right.
Or we stop or we quit because it's like, oh, I'm not on that particular level, right?
Right.
And it's like, you don't have to be that.
You don't, and you never know what that person went through to get to where they are. All you seeing is the surface level of things.
Now
You
that's
never
meat and
know.
potatoes,
Yeah.
right? Because you never ever
Yeah.
know where that person's been, how many times they've restarted
Yeah.
their business, how many other businesses that they started and failed, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that's definitely important. What's something that you wish you would have known when you started your business?
Mm, what's something I wish I would have known? Just the fundamentals, if that makes any sense. Like
Mm-hmm.
what what it actually takes to start a business outside of course, the finance part, but
Hmm.
getting stuff registered with the state and having a business plan and things of that sort. So,
Yep. And we do that in the free business class.
yes,
We will
they
walk you
do.
through that. You also get one-on-one coaching.
Yes, you
So
do.
tell us about the one-on-one coaching. How did that help you?
It helped me good because when I first started out, I remember you saying something about casting a net too wide,
Hmm.
and that was me when I first started out. I was trying to make everything, anything that made my heart smile. I was trying to make it. So when we did our one-on-one coaching, it made me
Hmm.
think about. You asked me what problem am I solving, and I'll
Hmm.
never forget that because I was like, "Mm, I'm not solving a problem," which prompted me to actually start my cricket and sublimation classes. So it was eye opening.
Mm,
Yeah.
awesome. So those are all the perks that you get.
Yes.
Being a part of the free business class, it is going to stretch you beyond what you thought that you could be, right?
Right.
So we talk about going to the next level in this class. And Qiana is an awesome example of that. I've seen you in action and I've got to see you, selling your goods and your whole entire setup, y'all. Her setup is bomb.
Thank you.
She is around this city, and speaking of being around a city, you have your stuff in several different spots around the city,
Hmm.
right? Tell us where those spots are.
So I have, well, it's only in one spot, but I'm contracted with two businesses.
Hmm.
Revamp is one, so I make a lot of her products, and then she resells. But I do have products at New Vibe. It's a store downtown off of
Mm.
Ohio Street, so you can find some of my products there as well.
Mm. So how did you go about making that connection with New Vibe and doing the whole contract? What was that like?
So they actually, I met one of the owners at a vending event, a pop up
Hmm.
event. And she took my business card. I think she bought like a couple shirts or something from me.
Hmm.
And then like a week later, she reached out to me and was like, "Hey, I told my business partner about you." Like I didn't even know that she,
Hmm.
had a side business. I was like, okay. And so I went downtown and we talked about it. They weren't even open at the time. So we talked about, the products that I make. I took a couple samples to them so they
Hmm.
can see. And it just kind of went from there. Starting out, I was super excited. This was the first
Hmm.
business that I was working with. So I kind of just jumped in and was doing, everything up front. But
Hmm.
again, with the class, y'all better take it.
Hmm.
I learned a different way to go about it. So I switched things up and now it's working out even better. So,
Awesome to
yeah.
hear. So New Vibe, go down there and buy her
Yep.
stuff. It is in the store. Shout
Yes.
out to New Vibe.
Yes.
Um, it is so awesome to see you moving in this space and growing your
Thank
business,
you.
and teaching others. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
She was actually our runner up for our pitch contest. Y'all, it got crazy at this pitch
It did.
contest. There was actually a tie and they had a runoff, right? And so that was like one of the best pitch contests. So please don't ever doubt your speaking abilities because you did
Thank
that
you.
thing, right?
Thank you.
And so we love growing people and building businesses and things like that. So it has been an awesome experience to teach that class and to have students like you.
Well, you've been an awesome teacher, so
Well,
thank
thank you.
you.
So tell us where they can buy your goods
Okay.
and how they can get in contact with you.
So I am on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. You can find me anywhere if you look under 3113 Creations, or you can go to my website. Again, it's www.3113creations.com. Or you can catch me at a pop up event because I'm usually at one every weekend.
Awesome. It's you know what? Before we wrap up, I just thought about that. I saw a post that you made on Facebook about needing rest and taking the time out
Hmm.
as an entrepreneur and as a mom to actually rest.
Right.
Tell me how you balance all that.
One day at a time. Because we, just as women and as mothers alone, before we even get into the business aspect, we feel like we always have to, do something,
Hmm.
do this. We do always have something to do. Um, Being a mother, you have, kids, you got this, you got that, and then you have your own personal life, and then you got your business life if you're a
Hmm.
business owner. So honestly, just one day at a time, listening to your body, knowing Um, you do have moments where you do have to push yourself, where you do have to, okay, I'm tired, but I gotta complete this order, or I'm tired, but I gotta, cook dinner for the kids, or whatever the case may be. But still, you have to have those moments where you just listen to your body and know when you're at a point where it's like, okay, I need to rest. And usually, I go home and I take about an hour to myself, probably not even that long, like 30, 45 minutes to myself, just to decompress from my 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Then I do my kids, and then I do my business. So
Mm-hmm.
just knowing when
These some
when
good
to
kids.
pause.
They let you have an
Yeah,
hour.
my
Yes.
son
Shout out
is.
to the kids. Shout
Yes.
out to them because I'm not getting that hour.
No, my son
Yeah.
will. My daughter, she's like, mommy, no,
I mean, it's like it's on and popping the moment you walk through the
yes,
door, right?
yes, yes.
So that's awesome. Learning that balance and learning when it's time to take a rest. So kudos to you for definitely
It's
doing
hard,
that.
but
So yeah, thank you so much for sharing with us today. Um, you're welcome back anytime to come
thank you,
speak.
thank you.
And as always, get
Get
the
that bag.
bag. The evolution of your small business starts today. Sign up for our partners Verizon Small Business Digital Ready platform, a free service to you to advance your business. Check the link below and click on that, and it'll take you right to our Verizon Wireless link.